Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's about that time I read from my book, A Patriot's Journey, Forging Hope. Once again, this is Volume 1. I'll be reading poems 29 and 30 today. And today is going to be about, well, our spouses, and since it's from my point, it's going to be from how women, or women, I should say, um, loves their spouse no matter what, and all the stupidity that we do, and the kind of crap we put them through on a regular basis. And, it's they deserve to be treated better. And, um, I'd just like to say, first and foremost, to my spouse, I'm sorry I don't do better. I'm trying. I'm working on it every day. And um, not a day will go by that I don't try to work on bettering our relationship, as well as being a better example for our girls, because I know that how I treat you is the type of person that they're going to be looking for. Um, so uh, I just got to make sure I'm a better example in that department as well. All right, the first poem. It's called A Woman's Love. And it says, I can't stop pretending to act tough. Even my exterior is pretty rough. I give off this I don't care vibe, when really I want a loving tribe. People say I have this whoop ass look. When I get mad, people get shook. Really, I am an emotional type person. I hide, but I think I'm beginning to worsen. Things don't come easy, and I don't want it to show. I work hard, busting my butt to get through it though. I was taught a man don't cry. I never stop to think about it or wonder why. I learned that men are just jealous haters to the core. It doesn't matter how many women use us or if we go poor. Our women are just our women, and that is that they can make us so mad that we want to split. If her heart is big and her love is real, she could show you she's the real deal. This girl could be your last first kiss. She's special, so don't miss your chance on this. Now, your spouse is always there to support you, and like any good woman, she'll always back up her man, if that's the way you want to say it, and always support him no matter what he wants to do, no matter how stupid his dreams or hopes or um, admirations are to being, you know, say he wants to be an astronaut, but the dude's dumb as a box of rocks, and she knows it. But she'll still support his endeavors no matter what he's trying to do, and she'll even try to help him get into, say, school, so that way he could, try to better his education to maybe get into the NASA program. Um, but that's the kind of extent that women play in our lives. They'll take care of all the children, and then they'll take care of the house, and they'll take care of the bills, and they take care of every little thing, and the man just comes home, and um, a lot of us just become lazy because we're like, oh, my day was so rough. But we don't realize that our women have rough days too, and they are doing nothing but working from the time they get up to the time they go to bed. And if we don't come home and help them with the chores or whatever, and then they don't feel like they have a teammate. They think that now all of a sudden they're gonna wait on you hand and foot. Oh, hey, dinner's ready. Come to the table and eat it. Oh, now the dishes need done, and they look at you. You gonna do them? No, I'm tired. Worked all day. They did too, and the kind of support that the women give us. If the shoe was on the other foot, I guarantee you 90% of the men out there could not even hold a candle to any of the women out there. As far as support and, backing up their dreams and their goals, and, being supportive. It may sound good at first. Like, the guy might be like, oh, yeah, hey, yeah, no, I support my wife and everything she wants to do. She wants to go back to school, boom, do it. But as soon as their life starts getting inconvenienced, like now they have to pick up the kids from daycare, now they have to start running around with cheerleading and gymnastics and student council and all these other activities that they never used to have to do. Now they're gonna be like, whoa, hey, honey, you know what? You still got a family to worry about. See, that's not being very supportive. I think you can sacrifice your time for a couple of months so your wife can, or girlfriend, or whatever, or significant other could chase their goals and their dreams. And that's just one thing that I've learned. I'm a lot slower than most. So I've been married for 18 years, and it's taken me quite a few of these years to come up with this, epiphany, if you will. It took me 17, by the way. Like I said, I'm a little slower than most. But now that I recognize it, now when I come home from work, I don't just sit down and, relax. It's like, oh, hey, what do you need help with now? Hey, what are you doing right now? Hey, what goes on? What do the kids need doing? And so that way we can kind of map out a game plan of what activities that I will do. And I'll run the kids all over the place, doing their stuff. And, um, that way she can have a few minutes to herself and, decompress while I'm out running the kids around. And, and I always try to have at least a date night once a month. I know to some that sounds like crap. There should be more, but you're right. No defense for that. If I can get, at least one date night in, and really enjoy each other's company, and that really helps the relationship build. Okay. So, now the next poem. It's called Fear Monster. It says I got mad at something and I'm not sure why. I told my wife I'm not mad. That's a little white lie. I yelled at my daughter until I crushed her soul. This made a huge impact on me. It took its toll. I feel like the tiniest man in the world, a 5-year-old. I'm trying to hide. I can't believe I broke and crushed her feelings so deep inside. I never realized the words could cause so much pain. I'm beginning I'm being tormented now. My reaction is making me go insane. You can't unring a bell once it's been rung. Just like destroying people doesn't mean you've won. Every time you break, they have a choice but refuse to grow. A wall built around them for protection, and that's what they know. I've always cared the most about my family, and always will I protect. The monster, the beast that I made, did the opposite. They were wrecked. I wanted to love, hug, and feel them near. Instead, I'm getting froze out because of the fear. You're going to have to work hard to earn their trust. I want to be a member of my family, so growing up is a must. I looked hard at the depressed man in the mirror. I realized that I am really the monster I truly fear. So a lot of times, I know people are gonna say this is an excuse, but a lot of things that happen with PTSD and people with TBIs is that a lot of your stuff is just emotional reactory to something, um, and it's elevated more than it has to be, um, and it's I know a stupid excuse and it's a poor excuse, and over time, hopefully, your partner or loved one, whatever, can deal with it and get better, like I'm trying to be, but like I've said in other videos, I would start yelling at my kids for no reason, and I could just see this once happy person looking at me all of a sudden kind of like being just like kind of isolating themselves within, and I'm watching it before my eyes, and then my internal monologue is like, dude, you just crushed your kid. Like, do you feel like a big man now that you can make a little 4-year-old, little 5-year-old cry? Do you think you're building confidence in her? Are you making her a strong, independent woman? No. Are you robbing her of everything because you can't handle yourself? Something's a little too hard for you to handle. And, it's times like that that just crush me because it may not affect me right then and there because I'm still kind of like upset and very frustrated at the situation. But then all of a sudden I'll go, when it's bedtime, I'll just be sitting there and just kind of losing and just basically crying to my pillow because I can't handle the fact that I just crushed my own child. Because that's not a manly trait. You know, It's not a manly thing to make people cry. Anybody can make anybody cry. You're not a tough person because you can do it. You're not some hero. Oh, look at me, I'm so bad. No, dude, that's weakness. That's somebody that cannot use their words intelligently, that don't know how to take a stand to see things objectively from both sides, and they just result in basically a child's action. I'm gonna take my ball and go home then, and I'm doing it to a 4-year old. I'm her dad, who she looks up to, and I'm supposed to be her Superman. And now the Superman just basically super slapped her across the room, figuratively, not literally. And now what? Is she ever gonna trust me again to pick her up when she's fallen? Or does she expect me to kick her again because she's down? And each time you break these children down, it's basically like you're doing to yourself. You build up these protection walls. But only they're doing it at a very young age when it shouldn't be done. They should be able to come to their parents with anything. You know, if they're happy about something, if they're sad about something, if they're excited about something. I mean, nothing is better than being a parent than hearing your kid's day and how fun it was and how exciting everything new it was to them. You know, just because it's old to you doesn't mean it's not exciting anymore. You know, you just are not seeing it through the child's eyes. And the fear monster was, I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that person and that man that crushed his own family. You know, out in public, I talk so highly of my wife and my children and how smart and loving and caring they are and how they will do anything for anybody, you know, and they're just the sweetest kids. And then at home, I'm basically grounding them into dirt and I'm crushing them and I'm making them feel 2 inches tall all the time. So I'm destroying my own family from within. And, you know, that's not right. And that's actually what made me start getting counseling in the first place, is when my 4-year-old basically said, hey, dad's shutting us out. And she knew from the very beginning at 4 years old, something's wrong with dad because he's not the same. He's acting different. He's doing different things. He's not prioritizing us. He's not hugging us and playing with us like he used to. He's just doing him. He's just, for lack of a better term, just being selfish and only worrying about what I do, because it doesn't matter what they do. I mean, as long as I got the bills paid and food on the table, it was like I didn't care what else happened. You know, I always tell my wife, you got everything you need, so why complain? There's nothing to complain about. You should be good. Um, but yeah, if you truly love your family and care about them, the emotional toll that you're beating them down on is, you know, sometimes gets to a point where they're going to need counseling too. And, you know, that's one thing that I just never want to happen. I want to build my kids up on a daily basis, because just because I'm broken doesn't mean I need to break anybody else. It's like, all right, I'm going to build them up every single day so they know they always have somebody to turn to no matter what. I'm going to be that example that says, look, I have problems, I go to somebody for help. You have problems, you need to do what I do and go to somebody for help. You can go to me, your mom, or a trusted adult. Hey, I don't care. Go to somebody. You know, far too often people think that they can't handle things on their own, and then all of a sudden they try and they fail and they start making bad decisions. That's when these people start becoming suicidal. And, you know, they demonstrate maybe a cry for help the first time, and, you know, no one showed that they cared by this cry. So eventually they just do it themselves, or they just do it for real. And then everybody's just like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But yeah, there's signs after the fact that you will see, and then you'll feel bad and you'll blame yourself. And don't do that, because that's not going to do any good. But I'm just saying, choose kindness, choose love, choose patience, choose understanding. If you're getting frustrated, just take a deep breath, relax. Nothing is that big of a deal. Nobody is trying to kill you. You're in a safe environment, and you'll be fine. I'm here for you if you need me. You can contact me at forginghopepoetry@gmail.com. I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you for your time.